Well, hello everybody. We've got about six or seven groups of parents here today. So right now, before I break down and talk to each one of you individually, um, I'd like to kind of go over something that's important to me about your students. First of all, I'm Bob Courtney. I'm going to be teaching your child this year, and we just happen to have a class full of diversity, let's say. Um, we have a lot of different nationalities in this class. I've got one child that's in a wheelchair, um, and I'm sure there's a lot of them that have different things. That's individual from what um, your child is. Maybe different parents or whatever. But that's one of the things I hit on with the children the first week. I try to get to know them one by one a little bit, have them introduce themselves, tell me what they think is unique about themselves, what they do when they're not at school, um, if it's sports, if they have a brother maybe with a disability or whatever it is, something to get them to open up. And then I try to get the kids in the class to also understand what that child's doing and maybe the way they live, what they're growing up with. And it's something that's very important to me, and I think it's something that's important to your children, something that a lot of parents don't have time to maybe go over with their kids until something happens. And they don't have time for their children because I know everybody here loves their kids, but the way the world's became, we have to work a lot longer than we used to have to. So, with that being said, I try to hit things like this in class, and that way I can get back with you. One of the things that I do have sitting on the table next to the door is this pamphlet. It has my name, phone number on it, email address, and I'll be getting all of yours, I hope, eventually. But if there's something that you have a question about, please feel free to contact me. This pamphlet is on diversity, like I say, and it's about maybe what your kids will ask you or bring up to me. There's a really great video in there that's probably about a minute and a half, and it breaks down three different parents that found out something about their child through little notes that people gave them. And the way they solved it was starting off just sitting at the table together, which I know a lot of parents don't do anymore with their kids. But this one, they just decided, okay, we're going to eat dinner, and told everybody there, hey, you know what? Let's find out what everybody did today. Let me know, you know, how your day went. And eventually they'll open up to you, and you do have to give them the time, and that's what's really important here. So if it's a bullying issue, if it is a child that's maybe a friend that's has some kind of disability and they don't know how to handle it, or maybe one of their parents died and the other one's got a stepchild or a step parent that they don't understand, um, give them the time and try to maybe answer their questions. That's something that I try to do in class here. And if I think it's something that you should know, I'll let you know. Um, it brings me back to a real quick story before we break this little group up real quick and go one on one. I remember hearing a story a long time ago of a little boy that was around this age, and his dad would get up in the morning and run out before the kid went to school, and then come home after the kid was getting ready to go to work or go to bed. And the kid asked him one day, hey, Dad, how much do you make an hour? And he says, it doesn't matter, don't worry about it. You got everything you want. And took off. A few days later, he asked him the same thing again. So the dad says, hey, I don't know what, $25, okay? All right, Dad. And off the dad ran. Well, about 3 weeks went by, and the child caught his dad coming home late at night, and he says, here, Dad, Here's $25. Dad goes, okay. Why are you giving that to me? And the kid goes, well, tomorrow before you go to work, I was hoping that maybe I could give you this money and you could spend 1 hour with me, that we don't have to run to work to make that $25, and maybe we can do something for 1 hour. And it really makes you think about it. Kids don't look at the money, they look at the one-on-one with their parents that a lot of kids don't have these days. And think about that, when maybe you see your kid bullying somebody else or a neighbor's kid, or saying something about that child or some other child, saying, hey, he's stupid or whatever. Something to take some time and talk to him about it. But anyway, that's kind of what I really am going to hit on this year. And I do this with my children. I call them my children. They are with me all day. And so they are family too. So anyway, we are going to have a great year learning about each other, learning new things. And this is something that I thought I'd hit with you. And if you have any questions, please let me know, one-on-one too. And so let's go ahead and break it up, and I will get with each one of you, and we'll maybe learn something about your children while you're here tonight. Thank you.